Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. I'm Mike with Mike's Drones and More, and today guys I'm going to show you what I've been working on for the last couple weeks, some mods and upgrades that I've done to the MJX Bugs 6. So hold on a second and we'll get right into what I've been up to. Alright guys, so as I stated before that I've been working on some upgrades and some mods on the MJX Bugs 6. I did a review on this particular drone a few weeks back, so I will put a link up in the description, or I'll put a pop-up up here, not a link in the description, but I'll put a pop-up up here with a link to the video if you want to review this particular one that I did. So anyway, let's kind of bring the camera down here a little bit. So what I wanted to do was, it was kind of a little bit boring just by itself, so I decided to, of course, do some mods and things like that. So the first thing I ordered was I ordered some 60-45 tri-blade props, and I ordered these from getfpv.com. Now, I am not sponsored by them at all. I just think that they have really good quality parts, and these are the HQ props, and they come with those little spacers and everything like that, which is pretty good. And I got them for a really decent price, and they fit right on. Now, the original props, they weren't labeled what size they were, so I just had to measure them and cross my fingers, hope I ordered the right ones, and I did. And I've already taken it out for a short test flight, so I think personally that with these tri-blades, now it doesn't really increase the speed all that much, but honestly I think with these tri-blades it does give it a little bit better performance and stabilization. That's just my opinion. And of course they just kind of really look cool to me. It gives it more of that, that actual racer feel. Now keep in mind again, this is not an actual racing drone. You're not going to be taking this out and doing any racing, but it's a really cool starter, and it's just something fun to really play with. So that was the first mod I did, was I changed these out from the 2-blade to the tri-blade, and these again are 60-45. I will leave a link down in the description, guys, for the GetFPV link where I got these particular blades if you're interested in doing the upgrade. The only thing I had to do was with the original blade. If you've ever taken these off, and I'll show you guys really quick here, let me just unscrew the top of the nut real quick here and show you guys. Okay, so if you take off the original blade, that spacer is actually on the top of the blade up here, but with these blades, these are typical normal quad blades. That little spacer is down below, actually. So all I did was just took the little spacer and I flipped it upside down, and I stuffed it down in here, and then just put it just like that, and then screwed it on, tightened it down all the way, make sure you hold the motor, and there you go, and boom, right on. Not a problem. They fit perfectly and they spin really, really nice. So the second modification that I made, if you remember when I did the review, so the actual antenna, this is the transmitter antenna, it sat here on the side, and I didn't like that. Two reasons. One, it just didn't look nice, and number two, I wanted the transmitter and the drone to be able to get better range and also a better connection, because the antenna was actually facing forward instead of backwards, and I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference, but I wanted to see if it really did. So all I did was basically I just took the lid off, and then I just rethreaded the wire through, and then I put the antenna up through that little hole right there, and you can kind of see how I did that. And that is all I did, just to kind of give it a little bit more range and a nice signal to the transmitter when it's up in the air and flying away. So that was the second mod or upgrade that I did. I also went ahead, and since I removed the antenna from the side, I removed those two antenna brackets off the side because that's just extra weight. I also removed the legs off of the bottom because that is, again, more extra weight. I also removed the battery, that little battery compartment thing where it slid in and sat right here. I removed that because that, again, is more, sorry, my dog's over there. So that's more just extra weight that you really don't need, especially in a racer. Any of you guys know that are the racing guys, know that weight is absolutely one of those things that you don't want on your drone. You want as little weight as possible to weigh this guy down so it can be as fast as it possibly can and respond. The more weight that you add to it, the less battery time, and with these racing drones or toy racing drones, time is very valuable. Every extra seconds that you can get, that will help you possibly win a race. So that was one more thing I did. I also, what else did I remove? So on the front here, if you remember on the original review, this kind of dipped down, kind of like a bull nose almost, kind of, and I really didn't like that because when it sat, it kind of actually made the drone, when it was sitting flat, you can kind of see it still does, and there's nothing I can do. That's just the way they molded this down here, but it kind of actually sat a little bit more down here, so it made it even fit tighter like that when it was sitting, and I didn't like that. So I just took my snippers and I snipped those off, and I kind of made it nice and even, so that way it just, for me, it's just aesthetics, and I just thought it looked cleaner to me, and that was just my own personal preference. So again, I removed all the extra screws, all the extra plastic that didn't need to be on there, that was weighing it down. I removed the battery bracket now. I have one on order. I ordered a battery strap, just one of those Velcro ones that I'm going to be using for this. And I did keep that little foam in here that kind of protects the battery from the plastic and kind of is a nice little pad under there, so I did keep that. And so that's basically all I have done so far. This is part one of the mods that I am doing. So part two, hopefully, if the part is coming in, should be here next week. I actually ordered a VTX and I ordered a new FPV camera. So I didn't want to go with the stock camera on this just because the stock camera is okay, but I wanted something a little bit better, and then I can also use that for a future project as well. So what I'm ultimately going to do is I'll pop this top off here for you and I'll show you. See, so there's the mod I did underneath. So all I did was basically just kind of thread. It was sitting right here and I just rethreaded it back up through there. So what I'm going to do basically is when that FPV camera comes in, I'll obviously take the front off and I'm going to mount the FPV camera right here, and then I will mount the VTX under here, and then I will put another hole up through here. That way I can get good reception from the VTX and the camera. And when that comes in and I do that, I will show you guys how I actually hook that up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing actually another modification to hook up the VTX. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually plug into the power of the actual XT30 plug on the back side, so that way it'll power the camera and the VTX. So, and I'll show you how we do that. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to show you guys what I was up to, what the upgrades were, and what I have been doing so far. So what I'm going to do, guys, really quick, I don't have the FPV camera yet, so I apologize for that. And the all-in-one, I put it back on my Tiny Whoop because I have been flying the Tiny Whoop, and my DVR for my goggles was not working. I had to order a new one, so I'm going to be putting that together today. But I won't have any FPV footage, but I want to take it outside for you guys out in the backyard, and I'm going to fly it really super quick just to show you how nice and stable. Now, of course, again, this does not have the punch like the Fly Egg that I do, because I love flying that thing as well, and I'm going to share some videos with that as soon as I get that new DVR hooked up and everything like that. And I will share the FPV video with you guys for this as well once I get the camera hooked up. So I've been really practicing on my FPV stuff, not any of the tricks or the flips or anything like that. I'm just really concentrating on learning how to fly FPV. It's a totally different world from line of sight when I do my aerial photography and video compared to when you're doing just like racing drones, which is two completely different worlds. But it is nice because learning on these is now helping me, I think, get a little bit better with my videography and actually with my photography business as well, because it's teaching me that I can use my screen on my mini iPad to be actually able to control the drone. I don't always have to keep an eye on it. I can actually look at that, but you still want to keep line of sight as well, and I always have a visual observer with me as well. So, but yeah, anyway, so holding on a second, guys. I'm going to head outside to the backyard, and we'll fly this for just a couple minutes. I just wanted to show you that the props actually work and how nice and stable this does. Now, I did a couple punch outs, and I don't know if it's top heavy one way or the other. I think it's a little top heavy this way. So when you punch it up, it tends to kind of like that, and it's not meant for being doing like punch outs and things like that. It's just meant to really be a beginner FPV, but it is a nice setup, so which is good. I am still waiting on the parts for my racing drone that I'm actually going to be building, and once all those parts come in, I had to wait for the frame because the frame was out of stock. So that I think they said the frame will be in stock on the 1st. So once that frame comes in, I can actually start my build, and I'll show you guys how to build an FPV racer and everything like that. So I'm basically just going to be building it from scratch. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial to show you guys how to build one for yourselves as well. So yeah, so that's all I got for now. So again, hold on a second. We'll go outside and we'll fly this around for just a couple minutes and test it out. Okay guys, so I have the MJX Bug 6 here on the table, and it's already bound to the controller. This is the stock controller that came with it. I have not modified that at all. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt the camera up here, and we'll put it right about over here in the yard. I'm not going to go too far. Just wanted to show you how nice and stable this is. So I'm spinning up the blades. There we go. So as you can see, it is flying nice, very, very nice with the tri-blades, nice and stable. In my honest opinion, these tri-blades, they really do, well, they look cool. I just like the look of tri-blades. That's just me. I think they give it a really cool, nice racer look, and that's, again, just my opinion. But also, with the tri-blades, I've flown, you guys know, many, many drones. And just to me, the tri-blades, for me, they just tend to give a little bit more stabilization than the two-bladed props. But I'm going to go ahead and tilt the camera up just a little bit more. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit real quick here. There we go. And so I'll show you the what I call the punch out, which is not very good, but there we go. So it like I said, it's not the best punch out ever, but like I said, it is still zippy. This is on the low setting, or the I guess you could say the beginner setting, which is good for me because I am a beginner FPVer. Although I'm getting very good with the fly egg. I took it out the other day and I flew it around the yard, crashed a couple times in the yard, but that little thing, I tell you, it is fierce, man. It has got some punch and it has got some power. But this is, like I said, it's got really nice stabilization. Let's put it on the high, and we'll do. So there you go. See it just. See what I'm talking about when you so it's not really all that great for the punch outs, but again, this is not a true racing drone. This is more of a practice racing drone, but I wanted to mod it to kind of give it more of that that true actual racing feel. Let me get it down so you guys can actually see it. There we go. I wanted to give it kind of that more racing feel, which it's pretty cool. And if you'll notice, I'll bring it in kind of close. There's a different battery on there. The stock battery, I changed it from the stock one, and I put a bigger one on there. I put a 2,200 milliamp battery on compared to the, I think it was like a 1,300. So you're getting a lot more. I apologize for my dogs. There's a dog walking behind me, and they tend to freak out. So, but I did also, yeah, just change the battery. I put a bigger one on there, and I used just a cable tie or a tie wrap, whatever you want to call it, temporary until I get that Velcro strap or decide what I'm going to do. But it works out pretty well, actually. It's not that bad. So, but anyway, guys, that is the MJX Bugs 6 mod. There's a train, so I'm going to stop the video because you guys probably can't hear me because it's a stupid train. So hold on. Okay, guys. So again, that is the mod and upgrades that I've done so far to the MJX Bugs 6. And I'm really happy with this. If you notice, it kind of looks like the ProMark battery, and that's because it is. It's one of the spare batteries that I modded to work with the with the battery on here. So if you recognize that battery, that's what that is. So anyway, guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button for me, guys. If you like my channel, if you like my reviews, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me down at the bottom. That really does help out the channel. And also, if you hit the bell, that just lets you know that there's new videos that come out each week. Typically, we update on Thursdays and Fridays, and sometimes the weekends if we have extra time. I do have a new drone coming in from GearBest. It's on its way. Hopefully, I will get it tomorrow in the mail. If not, I will do the review on it, and we'll get that out on Saturday. So, and then as soon as the FPV camera that I ordered for this and the VTX comes in, I will do a DIY tutorial for you guys and show you exactly how to install that and do that upgrade if you guys are interested in it. Again, I really love this little drone. It's really cool. Now, the RC Sailor guys, they had problems with the motors locking up or getting too warm. I have not had that particular problem. But of course, I have not really pushed this guy to the limits. I have not really, zoomed it out there. So I'm going to do a lot more testing with this guy just to see if that is the case on this one or not. And also, one last thing, we are getting very close to 2,000 subscribers. I think we're less than like 30 people away from 2,000 subscribers. So once we hit 2,000 subscribers, guys, I will be giving you guys away the Hubsan 507A. I did a review on that a few weeks back, so I will put another pop-up here if you guys want to go check that out. That was the Hubsan GPS drone that was controlled with your phone. It's a pretty nifty little cool brushed motor drone, but it does have the GPS on it. It has the follow me, all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with it. So I will be giving that away. So thank you again to all my subscribers. Thanks to GearBest for sending this to me originally. Appreciate that, guys. And just so thank you. Keep the comments up, guys. Keep the support coming up. I appreciate it. And this week I'm going to be doing something different at the end of the week. So you're going to have to wait and hang on for that and see what I have in surprise for you guys. Until the next time, guys, let's keep our drones up in the air, flying high. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Have an awesome day.